I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another day of potential 6 o'clock content. I know there's a new loading screen because I've just seen it on the way in. I was about to start commentating when I saw it, and I thought, no, I'll take a screenshot and we can look at it together because I have no idea what it means. There was one that was released yesterday which I didn't take a look at in the video. Reason for that was because I completely messed up yesterday's 6 PM video in terms of time. What do I have going on here? Packs, is it? Yeah, a few things. I mean, not going to bother opening packs right now because there is literally nothing to get. Foot Champions Premium Upgrade. What? That was already there, surely. Yeah. So what? Why is that in all? Is there literally nothing there? Is that why? Yeah, they've dropped nothing today. To be fair, I would say I don't blame them. I mean, it would have been interesting had they dropped something, I suppose, to keep the hype going, but no, they haven't. And that, I'm not going to complain about it. That's fine. We don't have to have content every single day. Today is, I think, the first time in a long time, though, that they've literally dropped nothing bar a loading screen. Let me just load, or rather reload, refresh. That's the word I'm looking for. Foot bin, nothing there. I'm guessing there's not going to be any new objectives or anything, which probably means tomorrow we won't get anything either. So Grealish is there, Rafinha's still there. Those are there for sort of 2 and 3 days. Grealish, I feel like, has been there for so long. And yeah, nothing else. No new milestones, of course. No, nothing. Okay, fine. Well, I mean, hey, not a problem, right? Because we still have things to talk about, as the title probably suggests. So this is the image from yesterday. I don't believe this is available. I kind of forgot to put it in, but also I had editing problems and I was making mistakes all over the place. And in the end, the video went out really late and I just didn't have time to talk about this. So I thought, well, I'll leave it for another video. Today's that day because there's nothing else to talk about, right? So we can speculate as to what we're going to get. A lot of people have been speculating. There are a few leaks as well. So behind this, obviously, this is the flashback sort of symbol, and you can see the flashback sort of shield there. This is obviously Footmas. This one is player moments. And then, of course, at the end there, we've got Scream. Now, what people were speculating was that EA would re-release some cards that they've released already, i.e., I don't know, flashback. I wouldn't, maybe not players are already in the game, like Vidal, for example, but like Aidan McGeady, for an example. He has got an 88, is it 88 or 89? I think it's 88 rated card in the game, and that could be boosted to a 92, 93. Whether they get put in packs or not, I don't know. No one does. But what has been leaked is the Mendy objective. Sorry. So Furlan Mendy has got a 93 rated. No, he doesn't. He has an 85 rated Footmas card, right? That was very expensive when it came out. I did it, and I've since put it into an SBC because it literally had no value to me anymore. I'd used it for as much as I could, and that was it. It was gone, right? It's just not good enough now. It was good then, very good then, broken then. You could still use it for a bit of fun now, I'm sure, but yeah. I've given it up. The objective is for a potential 93. Obviously, the version of the card will look like this, but a 93 rated Furlan Mendy. He does have a shapeshifter, which is going to annoy a lot of people who have the shapeshifter. I think was he an SBC or is he actually on the market? He's on the market, right? Yeah, he's on the market. That's going to annoy a lot of people who have that card, I'm sure. But the whole point of it is, if you have the Footmas card, you can use that to unlock the 93. If you don't have the Footmas card, you have to then unlock that via another objective, and then go and use that to get the 93. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's from apparently a very reliable source that very rarely gets these things wrong. So we'll have to keep an eye out. Of course, we find out in 2 days anyway, so there's sort of speculation for the next 48 hours or so. But still, that's one potential card. That kind of gives you an understanding, an idea as to what we can sort of expect through the rest of this promo. So if we go and have a look at different cards, one of the ones that they said was, let's go for Footmas, because they've given nearly everyone who had a Footmas card a different card of some description, right? So, for example, Luka Modric now has a flashback anyway, so I can't imagine they'll touch that. De Gea is an interesting one because De Gea has a Footmas, but he also has a Player Moments. And if we go back and have a look at this, there's Footmas here and Player Moments here. So there is potential for a better version of De Gea to come out. Whether they'll come out in packs, which is going to be really weird to open a pack and get a Footmas card, or open a pack and get a Player Moments card. But yeah, whether they'll be put in packs or they'll only be available via objectives and SBCs, I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But De Gea is a possibility. Cavani's a big possibility because he's leaving PSG at the end of the season. They could do an end of an era card if they really want to, or they could give him a 95 rated whatever it is, Summer Heat card, for example. Nabil Fekir has a Team of the Season, so does Hazard. Witzel's been recently given a flashback card, so I can't imagine they'll do anything with that. Douglas Costa has a FUT birthday, but it's still less than 90 rated, I believe, so there's every possibility that they're going to give him a card. Acuna, if they do, I'll laugh my head off because they give him a card every 5 seconds. Guedes is another one that they could do. Rebic they could do. Ferland Mendy is the one, of course, that has been confirmed. Not really, but yes, kind of. Davison Sanchez. There's an awful lot of cards in here. This guy in particular, Kevin Malquit, that would be a really good card if they made it 90 or so rated. Like I said, I don't know if they're going to be putting packs or not, but if they are, this promo could be banging. It actually could be better than Team of the Season because they're already using cards that have boosts. And in particular with the screen cards, that'll be really interesting because if you go and have a look at some of the screen cards, obviously they won't re-release them as Scream, I don't think. Where are the Scream cards? Hello? There it is, Ultimate Scream. They won't release them as these sort of card types because why would you release a Footmas card even if it is boosted? Why would you release a Footmas card in June? It wouldn't really... It does make sense, but it doesn't make sense at the same time. So they are likely to be this sort of card design, but it might have, I don't know, maybe a little note on it to suggest where it came from. I'm not sure, although there is another screenshot to speak of. And then, of course, there are plenty of cards here that haven't had Team of the Seasons, that haven't had upgrades. I say plenty. Ibra is one of them, although does he have a special card besides the Scream? I'm not sure. Yeah, he is a winter refresh, but again, knowing EA, they could give him a 95. Don't think anyone would really complain about it either. Roberto Firmino is one that a lot of people are saying could get one because he hasn't got a Team of the Season either. So that would be interesting. Dele Alli is another one that could get one. Iago Aspas. James Milner has come out twice already because they put that SBC back up again a few months later. Much cheaper, but still quite expensive. So be interesting to see whether whether that happens. So yeah, there's plenty of cards. And also it'll be interesting to see whether they give them for instance, Firmino's defending was boosted tremendously, right? So it'll be interesting to see whether they keep that and boost it up again. But the other screenshot that they've released today, this doesn't even look like they've done it correctly, but it looks like there's going to be 3 different versions of Summer Heat cards. I don't know what this is going to entail. I don't know how they're going to do this. But what it looks like is you've got the base version over here. Then you have one, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a faded flame symbol. And then over here you actually have a flame symbol. So it's kind of like the headliner cards in a sense, where they had to get the 4 wins to get the boost. And then once they got the 4 wins, the needle went up to 4, and it's a boosted card. Whether you'll be... I mean, what I'd like... And I don't know if this is even possible, but what would be amazing is if they had like non-inform, inform, like dynamic cards. Now, bear with me. So for instance, you get this card here, which has no flame lit. Okay, that's the base version of the card. If you score in 10 games in a row, or you score 5 games in a row, or you score 5 goals in his last 5 games, whatever, right? So you do something that triggers the flame, and then he is all of a sudden boosted by 5 in every department, for example. And the second or the game after that you don't score again, or don't keep a clean sheet, or don't get an assist, or don't play a match rating of 9.0 or above, or whatever it may be, the flame disappears, he goes back down to nothing, and you have to build it back up again. That would be amazing, because that would give you an incentive to A, stay the entire game to try and get a good player rating, B, play a little bit better rather than just gung-hoing it over the top and hoping for the best, because you don't want that passer to have a lot of incomplete passes, because it'll lower his rating down. And if that player is a dynamic flame player, shall we say, could affect it. I doubt it's going to be anything as complicated or as fun as that. It'll probably be something completely linear and whatever. But the other interesting thing is this over here. It looks like a vote, like a ballot box thing. There were some people that suggested it was a credit card, which is quite funny. But no, it does look like you're putting your vote in. So it looks like we're going to get like a selection of cards. You've got to pick the one you want. It'll be a loan, and that's the one that gets voted for, and then we'll see which one comes out, even though these are completely rigged, and EA don't pay any attention to the votes, allegedly, and they will bring out whatever they want. But it's going to be interesting to see. This is different. I like it, because we don't know what it's going to be, which is not the same, because every year, Scream's coming out. We know what Scream, or roughly what Scream is going to be. Foot Birthday's coming out, we kind of know. Footies, if and when it does come out, we know that it's a celebration of sort of overpowered cards that people like to use through the year. Yeah, that's all well and good. Remember that Jack Butland a few years ago? We know what all these promos are. We don't know what this is, and I do really like that. So there's nothing else to really speak of. That was a kind of a hint. This is a little bit more confusing. That over here suggests we're going to get votes. And given the fact that Mendy leak has happened, I can almost guarantee we're going to see Roberto Firmino. We're probably going to see a version of Mesut Ozil. We might see Milner again. I don't know if anyone down here really would be that interesting. I don't know if there's any other... What was the other... Flashbacks are interesting, because flashbacks... There are an awful lot of good flashback cards that are still available in the game, but there are also a lot of good flashback cards that aren't boosted as heavily. So if we go down to the bottom, there are 2 pages, but like I said, Aidan McGeady, I would love it if that got boosted to like a 93. That would be so much fun. Marcelo is another one that could happen. That could go into the 90s. Balotelli into the 90s. We often get a really beefed up Balotelli card. That 88 card I thought was going to be it, but you never know. It might go one bigger. Quaresma could get another one. He, as a 95, for example, would be on the same level as maybe like a Quincy Promes style card. That would be really good. So yeah, there are an awful lot of players, Alexis Sanchez, for example, that could get boosted even more. I am kind of excited for this. I hope EA don't let me down. And especially if that 93 Mendy is going to be an objective card. Can you imagine what other objective cards we're going to get? If they're going to give us a card that meta and that high rated as an objective, yeah, it could be fun. Could be. But I am erring on the side of caution, because this is EA, so you never know. Let me know what you think the flames mean in the comments. Let me know what you think the credit card ballot box thing means over here. Is it someone reaching into a wallet? Is it someone issuing a yellow card? Is it someone voting? Probably a vote. Let me know what you think. If you have enjoyed this speculative video, then do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.